Hi, fans of high quality entertainment. I was planning on doing another rant video today, but I'm kind of interested to show my viewers my 2023 Wrapped Spotify. So they gather up all of the information from the past year, what artist you've been listening to and lots of other kind of interesting information. So I watched this last night and it's just, I don't know, it's interesting. And I also like watching other people have posted their wraps on, that sounds funny, their wrap sandwich. No, they posted on Facebook and Twitter and everything. It's interesting reading what people are listening to. So here we go with that, with what I've been listening to. So I listen to music with headphones. I have, my CDs. I have this little portable CD player, and that sounds good to me. It sounds very good. And I've now switched where I'm using my amplifier and a CD player, so it's even much better sound. And I also listen to Spotify, so I would say it's probably close to 50-50 for listening to music. So here we go. So my top genres are, it says delicious. So it looks like number one is rock, then psychedelic rock, progressive rock. I have no idea what Zolo means. Maybe somebody can let me know. Is that a genre? Maybe that's the Residents genre. And singer-songwriter. Okay. So York, United Kingdom, people there are more likely to be fans of Sparks, Paul Weller, and the Undertones. Although I think Sparks are more, they definitely used to be more popular in the UK, but I think it's kind of spread all over the world in the last few years, which is cool. And by the way, I'll have a link for my Spotify in the pinned comment below. Your top song was "The Girl Is Crying in Her Latte" by Sparks. You played it 24 times this year, and that's just on Spotify. Then I also, like I said, I have the CD, so it's probably about 50 times. You played it 24 times this year, starting on March 2nd, and it still sounds perfect. That's right. How did they know that? Your top songs, and as you can see, they're all from Sparks' latest album. Yeah, it's definitely, I've really loved their recent albums, but something about "The Girl Is Crying in Her Latte," the album, it's in my top 5 Sparks albums of all time. I love it that much. Your top songs 2023. Why stop there? Here's a playlist of all of the songs you loved. I haven't checked that out yet. You listened, it should be 2, shouldn't it? You listened for, You listened for 30,075 minutes. That's 20 days nonstop. I peaked. That's right, I peaked. I peaked in July at 394 minutes. So that's probably 40% or, 50% of what I've listened to for a full year. So that's like 40 days of nonstop music. It's like I love music or something. Say hello to your top artist, Sparks. Hello, Sparks. How are you? You're a top 0.1% fan, and you spent 2,495 minutes together. You can't get enough of "The Girl Is Crying in Her Latte." I'm starting to get tired of saying that. Getting tired of the album. say thanks. So I will. Later on, I'll click on that and say, thanks, Sparks. You had something special with your top artist. Here's how you spent time with them across the year. This is interesting. At least for me. So number 1 is Sparks. Peak listening month, May. All right. That's the year Molly and I saw them in concert. Or was it? No, that was in July. Silly me. Number 2, the Beatles. Hey, the Beatles are finally mentioned in the video. Yeah. Peak listening month, September. I think I've listened to the Red and Blue albums on CD more than on Spotify. Plus other, sometimes I listen to their albums on Spotify too. Number 3, the Moody Blues. Yeah, August. I've definitely really, I've always really admired the Moody Blues, respected them, and liked a lot of their music. But I finally listened to all of their early albums, and I'm a huge fan now. Number 4. Yeah, Paul Weller. Wow. It's been almost a year since I've become a fan of Paul Weller. And as I've mentioned before, I now have all of his studio albums. And I'm still getting to, I've got over 20 of his albums. And so I'm still kind of getting to know them. And I will say recently that A Kind Revolution, I've only listened to it a couple of times, and it was kind of boring for me. I didn't, maybe it just needs more listens. But Saturn's Pattern, or Patterns, I've listened to that recently 2 or 3 times, and I love that album. Very impressed with that. At some point I would like to rank all of his studio albums, but it's going to take a while to listen to them all and get to know them. And number 5, yeah, The Residents. I've just gotten into them in the last few months. And I listened to, on Spotify, just the other day, Demons Dance Alone from 2002. And once again, usually it takes a few listens to get into their albums and actually really appreciate them. But with Demons Dance Alone, I loved it right away. And it was an easier listen than some of their earlier albums. And I ordered it, so it should be here soon. So my top artists are Sparks, the Beatles, the Moody Blues, Paul Weller, and the Residents. Yeah, and I listen to podcasts, not a lot, but, sometimes. Number 1, Office Ladies, which I haven't actually listened to for a few weeks. And it's, 2 of the cast members, and they go over all of the episodes. And, they little tidbits and everything, some information and some funny stuff, and I enjoy that. All you ever think about is Sparks. Highly recommended. I listened to that. 1001 Album Complaints. Yeah, in one of them they talk about, I think it's based on the 1001 albums to hear before you die. And so they just talk about each of the albums on that list, going through them slowly. And I listened to the episode for Sparks Came to My House, which was interesting. And then bizarre albums, crazy albums, and Why I Hate This Album. That's another fun podcast. But there's many other podcasts that I listen to also. Yeah, so I listened to that for 683 minutes. I'm a top 35% fan. Yeah, this is interesting. So I'm a hypnotist. Your concentration is absolute, friend. You like to play albums all the way through, from the opening track to the final note. That's right. I'm definitely more album-based than song-based. But, like I said, I do have playlists with, different songs mixed up. And I do listen to songs also, but mainly albums. And I believe that's about it. Yeah. So top artists and top songs. And so, yeah, I'd be interested. Let me know what, if you were on Spotify and you checked yours out too. Let me know what were your top 5 artists that you listen to on Spotify. Thank you for watching and have a great day. And I'm hoping to have that rant video, my second one, in the next day or two posted. Bye.